With Decision 2025 tomorrow and the federal government shutdown impact starting to hurt New Mexicans more, we're asking if the shutdown could possibly be helping anyone. Former investigator Ryan Laughlin joins us now. So Ryan, with a big local election coming up, does this standstill change things in Albuquerque?
Well, the question is, how does the standstill in D.C. affect voter turnout in New Mexico? New Mexico is more reliant on the federal government than other states. The impacts of the shutdown will be felt more here. And politically, New Mexico has trended more blue in recent elections. Now, in local elections, usually fewer people show up to the polls. But if the shutdown activates more voters, the question we asked UNM political science professor Tim Krebs is if that will impact local races.
Increasingly so. We're seeing this polarization seep into state and local races much more frequently. And, we just had a No Kings rally in Albuquerque. There was a huge turnout for that. And, Democrats, especially those on the sort of activist side, are engaged, I think, at this moment. And that's going to probably advantage Tim Keller.
Tim Krebs worked for the city as a contractor. He says it's not unusual for any incumbent to have an advantage in that election. In fact, Albuquerque hasn't had an incumbent get beat in an election since 2009 when Marty Chavez lost to Richard Berry. At 6:30, we're going to have a look at the other advantages Tim Keller has in this race and the chances this race goes to a runoff if all the candidates fail to get over 50% of the vote. Tessa?
All right, Ryan, thanks for explaining everything. Now, we have one-on-one interviews with all of the Albuquerque mayoral candidates at KOB.com. Just head there and then look for the Decision 2025 section. Tomorrow, polls are open from 7 to 7. And if you're in line when polls close, stay there because you'll still be able to vote.